is Trinesha Cottrell, and welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we're going to talk about seeking approval. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. Okay, so earlier today, I'm at church and I'm listening to the sermon that the pastor preaches from Mark 8:11 through 21. And he talks about people seeking a sign and there won't be a sign given. And then he says, beware of the Pharisees and Herod. And as he mentioned Herod, for those of you that don't know, Herod is the same one who went after John the Baptist. In my past video, when I was talking about how the girl, she had said that she had did these things to impress Herod and the kingdom and everything. And Herod was like, what can I do for you? I do anything for you, right? And she's like, I want the head of John the Baptist on a platter. And I was like, oof, it got harsh real quick. And so as she asked for that, then it made me also think about how we seek approval from others. Like we could try to get on Herod and say, because in the story it talks about how he really didn't really want to do it. He was a pretty bad man, but you know how some people have good and bad in them. I think he had a choice in his life on whether he could do good or bad, but he chose to do the wrong thing because of he was seeking approval from others, because he had to please the people that were in his party, and he had to, because he gave the girl and said, I'll give you anything you want. He couldn't go back and say, oh no, I can't give you that though, because he was worried about what everybody else was thinking. He was like, okay, I'll give you that, even though I don't want to do it, even though I know it's not my true character, even though I know this isn't who I am in my core. I'm going to do it because I seek everybody else's approval so much, and I care about everybody else's opinion so much that I'm going to belittle myself. I'm going to change into somebody else that I know God didn't intend for me to be, just to seek approval from somebody else. So when it made me think of that, it's so funny because I asked God lately. I had in the past, I was in this relationship, right? And I met this person who did all the things that I would want someone to do. And the relationship didn't last. Long story short, relationship didn't last. And so I started beating myself up thinking, okay, how could I ever be in a relationship now? Now I'm never gonna be perfect. So if a guy is with me because he thinks I'm gonna be perfect, you got the wrong one. I ain't never gonna be perfect, but I always feel like I have to be perfect in relationships. That's like my Achilles heel. And so I've been trying to work on just understanding the fact that I'm not going to be perfect, and hopefully I'll be with someone who has enough grace for me that would allow me to be who I am and not try to make me be someone else, because I can only be myself anyways. Like I'm not going to pretend to be anyone else regardless. And so as I'm in this relationship and I'm out of this relationship and I'm thinking about all the things that I want to do better the next time, the things that the person that I want to be. I thought that I was walking by faith. I had all this faith, all this belief. I was on fire for God. I was really doing all the things that I needed to do, and then in comes the distraction. In comes the things that really try to throw you off course and to make you do things that are not who you are in your true character. Like you compromise in this area, or you compromise in that area, or you lose like a little of the juice, the the gumption that you have to keep going and doing the things that you need to do in life, because you just start to settle, or you start to just get comfortable in life. And I don't know about you, but I can't live in comfortability. I have to be uncomfortable so I can go to the next level. And so as that relationship was over, I started to feel like something was wrong with me. And I'm only saying it because I know there's going to be some other woman that's watching this video that can relate. And I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. No, you're not perfect, but you are exactly who God intended for you to be. Be the best version of yourself. I know sometimes it's heartbreaking when you can't be with the person you want to be with. I know sometimes that you feel like crap because you make decisions in your life that sometimes you think back afterwards, like hindsight is 2020, and you're like, oh man, if I could redo this, I would do this way. That's why life has so many learning lessons and experiences, so that we can learn from them, so that we can do better in the future. And I want you to know, if you are like me, please don't beat yourself up. make sure that the person that he has for you is grace for you, that they are seeking to understand you, that you really will be grace for that person and seek to understand them as well, as TG always says. And it's so true. I think that us not allowing to give each other and ourselves the grace that we need and not seeking to understand what someone else is going through really destroys a lot of relationships, because we're so busy worried about either ourselves or so busy trying to pass judgment instead of trying to understand the situation, that we just kind of make a rash decision instead of really drilling down to figure out what's really going on, And so for that, I want you to know, like, please don't beat yourself up. Please understand that you may have made a bunch of mistakes. I make mistakes every single day. I say that in these videos all the time because it's true. And how else am I going to learn? How else am I going to improve unless I'm actually doing something? I can't just stop living unless, God decides that this is my last day. I have to, life goes on. And so as life is continuing, I have to keep pushing forward. I have to use those experiences to become a better person. I can't stay stagnant in that moment in time. My hurt may still be hurting. I may still be having some internal stuff going on, just making sure that I'm just staying focused and really just seeking God first and doing the things that I need to do in life. But that does not mean that I need to give up. That doesn't mean that I need to stop pushing for my dreams and stop going for things that I believe that I can accomplish in life. That means that I take that as a lesson and I keep on moving in my life. That's what we have to do. And it's so funny because earlier today I was singing. So I sing some Sundays and stuff. And so I'm singing and my voice cracks. And for those of you that sing or do other stuff, your worst thing that you can imagine happening is your voice cracks, you mess up on something, the whole crowd laughs at you. And it's so funny because I was having a moment with God saying, I no longer want to seek approval. I want to just live my life for you. I just want to do the things that you want for me to do. Nothing more, nothing less, but your best, And as I was having this moment with God, I was singing, my voice cracked. And I just expected everybody in the crowd to just laugh at me, everything, right? And in the moment, I didn't care. I was like, I'm singing for God. I'm not singing for everybody else. So it really doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, I see what you did there, God. I see what you did. But it was just so funny because it really made me think about how sometimes in life we seek approval so badly from other people that can't live our life for us, that we diminish our own expectancy. Like the things that we can accomplish in life, we diminish it because we're so busy trying to seek approval from somebody that won't even go after their dreams, or somebody who isn't even willing to push to the next level. Somebody who looks at you and hates on you and says, "Oh, you'll never be able to do this," because they believe they'll never be able to do it. Or the people in life that's telling you that you can't do this and you can't do that. Why are we seeking approval from them people when they're not doing anything with their lives? I don't understand. So it really put things into perspective for me and really made me think I'm only living for God. So everyone else's opinion doesn't matter. Like, people are going to always have an opinion. If I live my life trying to please everybody else, everybody is not always going to be pleased. So what is the purpose of that? So that I can stress myself out and mess up my mental health and my physical health because I'm draining my energy that I could be using for something that's more productive? Like, it really makes no sense when you really think about it. And I want to be a good person. I really want to serve. I really want to help people. And if I'm thinking about doing that, I can't worry about everybody's opinion, because people are going to say, why would you give money to that person? Why would you help this organization? If God is leading me there, then that's what I got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do and be about that God life. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody's opinion is. They're going to have an opinion regardless. So as you're living life, I just want you to really think about what it is that you really want your life to look like. What are the things that really make you happy? Not what someone else says, oh, you did a good job at this. And it's nothing wrong with people telling you things like that, because sometimes people can see things in you that you can't see in yourself. There's so many things that I've accomplished through God through the past 3 years that I had no idea I even had in me. And it's because I literally had faith. I focused on God and I didn't care about other people's opinion. Like, I care about people, but I don't care about people's opinion. I care about, listening to constructive criticism and using it to be a better person. But I don't care if somebody says, oh, I don't like your hair like that. Okay. I mean, that's that. Thank you. I like this hairstyle. I don't know what to say, right? Or, there may be a color that people like on you more than you like on yourself. Maybe they say, I don't like tan because it's too close to the brown in your skin. And I could be like, well, I like tans. I'm going to wear tan. It's just, people will always have an opinion about something. and let them have their opinion, because usually I'm saying this and I mean this in the most loving way, but when people have an opinion about your life, it's usually because they're not living their life to the fullest. It's usually because they're not full in purpose. It's usually because they're not at their fullest potential. It's because they're not going for their dreams in the way that you are. And when they see you do it, it reminds them of how much they settled in life. So every time you think or you see someone that has an opinion, remember that in the back of your mind. Remember that they're just looking at you, seeing you accomplish things, and they're thinking to themselves, man, if I could have done this differently, if I could have done that differently. Most of the times, when people do stuff in life and they say things that are mean or rude, it's usually because it's their own insecurity. So if you really truly love yourself, and you truly love God, and you love your neighbor, and your heart posture is in the right place, don't worry about anything else. Like, just be the best version of you. Let people be people. They just gonna do what they do. My granddad used to say all the time when he was living, he used to say, let people be people. You know how that person is. Just let them be them. And it's true. Like, you can't change a person, only God can change somebody. So just be the best version of yourself and keep living your life. Live your life to the fullest. I mean, I don't mean you just wake up and you just like, okay, I'm just going to do the things I got to do. No, live it exceedingly and abundantly above anything you can ever ask, think, or imagine. Let God work the miracles in your life. Let blessings on blessings on blessings come through. Like, live a life so good that when you on your last day, you're not that person in your bed, in the deathbed, talking about some, oh, I wish I could go back and do this. No, you're living right now. Live your life right now. Don't worry about them other people. They're going to do what they got to do. People are going to be people. You be the best version of you and live your best life. So, when it comes to seeking approval, only be the best version of you. And seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all that you desire will be given to you for those called according to his purpose. And walk by faith and not by sight. You don't have to see it to know that it's possible. With God, all things are possible. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good, amazing. I mean, it's so beautiful outside. You got to enjoy this life. You got to enjoy this day. You got to enjoy every day, whether it's rain, sunshine, storm, whatever. After the storm always comes a rainbow. So, enjoy your life. Live your best life. Bye.